Welcome to the Calls with Clients podcast, episode 9. I have a puppy I'm raising, and I have an adult dog with aggression issues. This is kind of interesting. The guy has a puppy that he's raising, but also has an existing dog that has dog aggression and some other issues. Okay, so it sounds like we got two different cases. We got a case of raising a puppy so that it doesn't become a maniac, hopefully. Hopefully Tizzy's okay and not getting...
Yeah, she's good right now. She's very social.
Okay.
I don't know if I mentioned, but she have 25% golden retriever.
Okay.
And 75 Doberman.
Okay.
So she doesn't have that aggressive edge. She's very friendly. Super friendly, but I don't want to take that away. She's a puppy now, so I'm like, you know what, get her to training.
Yeah.
And, keep her that way, basically. And I want her to listen, go to crate, sit down kind of thing.
Okay.
She's been chewing the cabinets in the house.
Okay.
It's a puppy thing.
Yes, well, it's a destructive thing. It's something that can develop in any dog, right?
Yes, yeah.
And every puppy tries to start putting its mouth on things it shouldn't. Every puppy. They start trying to...
Yeah, I mean, this one, she ripped the blankets, toys.
So that's why you're going to, right away, I'll help you. We're going to have this dog on a leash and collar and start physically correcting out that behavior.
Yes.
I'll help you know how to do that. Now, with Frenzy, are we going to put Frenzy on the back burner or work with her separately or him separately? I can help you with the issues that you're experiencing with him as well. It's just obviously we have two different cases that will work. You pay me hourly. It's not like you're paying for two dogs at one time, but...
Okay.
For a dog that, like Frenzy, it's a little different. So I'm an expert in raising puppies. So I just raised my own dog. He's 9 months old. I got him at 9 weeks old.
Awesome.
I help a lot of my clients because of the nature of my work. I've been in homes with these clients, with 8-week-old puppies for going on 14 years. So most dog trainers, I'm sorry I had to explain all this. They don't see dogs till they're 4 months old. Most dog trainers, I'd say 99.9%. I know how to work with dogs from a younger age. So, if your dog's behind already, that's fine. We'll do the stuff. We'll do the stuff that I do when I get a dog at 8 weeks old.
Right.
Tolerate the kennel and do it on the potty training and don't be destructive and don't bite on me, bite on your toys only. And the last one is you got to start following that leash. Really following the leash, not biting the leash or locking up.
Yeah, she pulls on a walk. Both of them,
Good.
They pull so hard.
Yeah.
Like they would rip your shoulder. Like they're, Dobermans. They're so strong. But the puppy now pulls a lot. And she just had the surgery, like on her stomach, she's recovering. I'm guessing this is last week, and then she will be able to put her harness back on.
To get neutered or spayed?
No, so she got, one of her nipples got stuck on the gate. She was jumping. She have a sister that my father-in-law have her sister.
Okay.
And when they get along, they are crazy.
Oh, okay.
They're same age. They're, sisters. And we go to my father-in-law's house, and they are crazy. He wants to get his dog to train too. So,
okay. Again, I'm going to get you the right resources, and you'll decide to make the right decisions or not.
Right.
I.e., I get people to look at my Instagram so you can see what dogs being together really looks like.
Okay.
We don't have a model for it, honestly. So I tell people, I'm not viral or anything, but find @personal dog training Instagram and start scrolling through. My client dogs also become boarders for vacations for the rest of their lives, a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
So I have groups of dogs that I've trained. The dog right here is 10. There's just two different protocols. When I have a dog that's potentially aggressive with people, Frenzy sounds like you're telling me she comes forward, you can't stop her. She's aggressive with every dog she sees. You can't stop it. That means if she decides that she doesn't like me, you can't stop it. Yeah, so
exactly.
Remember, again, I do not take those her better without me having to be hands-on with her, and through her paperwork that you fill out and her history. And if she needs to be she's going to go on every dog she sees, we're going to muzzle condition her so she can be around the dogs as soon as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can put her around dogs that won't attack her back, the dogs that I'm talking about. Even if she acts like an idiot, but these dogs that work with me have to be safe and stable and not attacked. So she's got to be muzzle conditioned for that anyway, probably. So
I like that. Yeah.
So we'll muzzle condition.
In a muzzle.
Yeah. So I'll probably work with Tizzy more directly, and we'll just make sure we keep friends.
And I would love to get my father-in-law, the sister of this dog, and also in the training. So we would go to his place. He have the big backyard, and you will see the dogs like running, and that will be like basically good training. I think.
No,
for
that's not
teaching
how
the
no,
dogs.
that's not how I start. We're not going to start with them in the biggest, openest, craziest environment. No, and all three
Okay.
dogs. No, we start with one thing at a time.
Okay.
That's
okay,
how I
that's
work.
fine
We're
too.
going to work with one dog at a time.
Okay.
Other people can listen and all that, but we can't be trying to
Right.
train three dogs at once with to get each individual dog to listen to you better. Then when they're together, you have to manage the third dynamic of the two dogs together and then both listening to you. Then you have a third dog. So you got to get realistic. I know deciding to go in the other direction, so to speak, right? Like, and the dogs can start, especially once you get more than one or two, they can start really influencing each other in a way that you can't counter. So that's where they start running around like maniacs and doing dangerous
Right.
stuff. And yeah, so what we do is because I'm going to show you. You heard about me through the vet practice.
Yeah, the Suero.
Okay, yeah. I was just over there. Every year I go and give a talk to them
Nice.
about.
nice. Yeah, Dr. Mike.
Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
recommended you. We go to Dr. Mike. My father-in-law been going there when his father had the practice.
Yeah. They got such a great reputation. Have been here forever, and I started getting
Oh, yeah.
I started getting referrals from them about 8 years ago. And Dr.
Nice.
Mike is the only vet to hire me to help raise one of his puppies about 5 years ago. When he was having Aspen, he raised the dog, and
wow.
he wanted the dog to know the difference between his dog toys and his daughter's toys.
Yeah.
Because 5
yeah.
years ago, his daughters were still kind of young and playing with toys and balls, and there's all this stuff around the house, and
Yeah.
so. I don't know if you saw the way I work. I work through private training, mainly come to your home. The first
Yes.
hour is $125, and then after that, I'll put you into one of the private training programs. The basic program is 3 sessions for $375, 5 sessions for $550, 7 sessions for $700. Some people do some board and train here at the house for $150 a day. And then obviously, like we mentioned, long-term clients that do training and a little board and train become alumni, and they can come and stay for boarding fees of $75 a day. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah. So you can have the dog at your place for 75 a day. You said.
yeah, $150 a day. I can
$150
after
a
I
day,
meet the
okay.
dog, we do a couple training sessions. Like I could take one or the other, and you could work with. So you got 2 dogs. People like to do a bunch of different things. Sometimes I take both the dogs in for a week or two. Sometimes I
Right.
work with one of them for a week or two, and you keep the other one and work with that one.
Right.
Or we just do private training. And you still, in my process, we do private training at your house. Then we
Right.
start bringing the dog out to these environments, like in the neighborhood for a walk. And then you
Right.
come over here and meet the dogs, and that is a real test. Can you just come to a normal house where there happens to
Yeah.
be dogs to meet, and can your dog, do it right and act right, and not these dogs are all here right now after playing this morning, just all relaxing. There's no running around. They're all already, we got up around 7, and it's only 8:20, and they're all fed, watered, and ready to take a nap for a
Nice.
couple hours because we already ran around, got some walks in with a couple of them, then went swimming with another one and played fetch with the other couple. And that quickly in an
That's
hour.
nice, yeah. That's like Tiz. Tiz is very playful. She
Yeah.
already plays fetch. She's very smart. And I'm like, okay, this dog is smart. I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Let's get her to training, just show she knows the right thing,
Totally, and
Wrong.
that's what it is. It sounds like you got a really smart one there, and then I'll get to know Frenzy. It's just I have people that will they'll walk me into almost getting bit, and there's absolutely no reason to even have close calls in my business. I've done too much of the hardcore I've worked with the scariest dogs.
I bet you do, yeah.
So I never need to be surprised. Like, why is your dog growling at me all of a sudden? It's like, can we just
Yeah.
slow down and not put me in that situation, please? There's absolutely without a
The funny thing is, Frenzy with my wife, when she's with my wife,
yeah,
she's fine with people.
yeah,
Because she's with because it's her, basically it's her mama, like she's like, oh, I'm safe here. Like at the office, someone comes in and my wife is there. The dog Frenzy's relaxed. She's just very protective sometimes. And it's a Doberman. She's smart too.
Yeah.
And of course, she's a pig for food, treats. That's
yeah.
it.
Well, I love Dobermans. They're totally misunderstood.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
talk about them because I grew up in a culture where we didn't know you could fix dogs, and a lot of the dogs were out of control, and it was always like the Rottweiler.
Yes.
It was always the typical dog that was supposed to be aggressive, and the only friends I had that had Dobermans growing up, they were highly aggressive. So when I got into dog training, I had a lot of misconceptions. And I've come to see them as they're very sensitive. Very sensitive. And they got a lot of hunting drive, which is that mouth and going for the toy. And if you handle them too heavy-handedly and you don't know how to channel some of their intensity and their mouth, basically, and their hunting drive, you're in trouble. And then it's interesting because they generally have really great temperaments. And then how are these giant? There's some Dobermans that are just like those super giant Dobermans. Is she one of those?
I don't like those mixed ones. People like mix the breed.
Is that what it is?
No.
I've seen some that look like they're on steroids.
Doberman, it's 75 pounds now.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just the right size, perfect. Ears are not done. The puppy's ears is done. She looks like kind of aggressive, but she's the sweetest.
Aww.
The Frenzy, the problem when she grew up, we had Fiasco back then. And Fiasco never accepted her, never submitted. She used to make Frenzy submit.
This client hasn't hired me yet, but his father-in-law has, and I did get to meet his younger puppy along with his father-in-law's puppy, and hopefully to work with him and the other adult dog soon. Thanks for listening to the Calls with Clients podcast, episode 9. I'm raising a puppy and I have an adult dog with aggression issues. Never forget that change is possible and use communication command approach to help dogs change.